In this video, I'm revealing the exact step-by-step system that I use to spot easy 2x opportunities on the meme coin market in the wild crypto jungle, so you can start compounding gains every day. Grab a notebook, because this strategy takes only a few minutes to learn, but it pays dividends 24/7. My name is Joss and I've been earning my living in the crypto markets for the past 7 years. I wish I only had this video sooner, because I would have achieved much results faster. By the end of this guide, you'll know how to find low cap meme coins that can double your money fast, how to buy them safely, and how to get out with profits. I've used it to turn small trades into big returns many times. If you're new, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss my next tips on becoming a top crypto trader. So let's dive in. I started just like you, with small amounts, learning the hard way through ups and downs. And as I said, I only wish I had achieved this video sooner, because I would have achieved results much faster and avoided some painful losses. Back then, I was jumping into meme coin based on hype. I saw that Dogecoin was pumping, so I bought the top. I saw that Shiba Inu was pumping, I bought the top. I was not doing anything well. But after testing hundreds of strategies, I built this system focused on meme coins. First of all, why I decided to trade meme coins or to dive in? It's easy, because they are fun and easy to understand. It's not a casualty why Dogecoin, Pepecoin, Shiba Inu and those big meme coins are growing that fast, because everyone understands the reason why is that coin. It has no technology, it has anything. It's just fun, it's a meme. And let's be honest, in crypto, meme coins are like the lottery. There is no fundamental analysis backend, just inside info, a little bit of luck, and some strategies that I'm gonna show you with some patterns. As I said, this is like buying lottery tickets, but you have smarter ways to do that, especially if you play smart, and that's what I'm gonna teach you in this video. I've seen my account growing steadily with 2x wins every single week. And today I'm sharing it with you. No fancy degrees needed, just discipline and right tools. So first of all, why this strategy works so well? Easy. As I said, meme coins have no reason to be. So the most important thing you should understand before jumping into the meme coin market is understand the psychology of traders in the meme coin world, plus the magic of low liquidity and early entry. Let me break it down simple. First, meme coins thrive on community and hype, nothing else. Traders love them because they are based on fun memes, influencers, viral events, or anything actually happening on the earth. When a new coin launches, early buyers create FOMO, everyone piles in, pushing the price up. And since it's a low market cap coin, it's so easy to push the price up. But here's the key. Those coins start with super low liquidity. It means that there's not much money in the pool yet, so even small buys can push the price a lot. For example, imagine a pound versus an ocean. In a small pound, let's say a low market cap coin, throwing a rock makes big waves. In the ocean, for example, Bitcoin, it barely moves. It creates just a little movement around the rock. Meme coins under $500K are like this pound. A little buy can create big movements of the price. And that's why it's so easy to create FOMO around meme coins, because small buys can create tons of FOMO. But you have to be careful, because it happens the same with buys and with sells. Be careful with that. And these aren't rare. They happen because of trading psychology. Hype meets low supply, and boom. I've seen this pattern repeat in 2025 crypto meme coins. But remember, this volatility is crazy, so you have to be highly prepared for that. That's why my system has built-in risk controls. If you get the why, you're motivated. Let's go. Now let's get with the practical preparation, because you can't hunt without tools. This strategy needs just 3 tools that I'm gonna show you exactly now, and I'm gonna explain each one of them and how to set them up easily. First, you should configure alerts on DEX Screener, CoinGecko, or other tools for new tokens with low market cap listings. I prefer by far DEX Screener because it's the most advanced tool for that task that we are actually doing. Go to their new listing or recently added section, set alerts for those coins under 500k market cap, especially those meme coins, and I check these sites every hour when I'm trading. It's free, and push notifications to your phone means you will never miss a launch. And a few videos ago, I explained you exactly how to avoid scams using DEX Screener, because DEX Screener has built-in tools that will help you to find if a token is a honeypot, if the contract is modifiable, and those things that can scam you. If you use DEX Screener, you can just take a look and learn how to analyze a token to see if this is a scam or not. So please, if you are gonna be trading meme coins, don't just get in the surface. You have to go deep and learn how to use DEX Screener. It's so important. For me, it's mandatory. If you want to trade meme coins, this is the only tool you need. The first one and the most important one. Then you have many other tools, AI tools that can filter coins for you. But if you want to go deep and you want to take it seriously, you should master on how to use DEX Screener. You have to master how liquidity works, how to read a contract, how to read everything, how to interpret a liquidity pool, how to set patterns with the holders, how to use bubble maps. All those things are highly important for you if you want to take it seriously, because you have to keep in mind that there's a lot of people like you that is actually aiming to get money, and this is a zero-sum game. For you to win, someone has to lose. So this is a fucking battle. So if you're not prepared, I suggest you to step away, because you're gonna get out of money. Second, we can use a bot or simple script to filter pre-sales or launchpads. And don't worry if you're not a coder. I use basic Google Sheets with APIs from CoinMarketCap or others. Here we can input formulas to scan the upcoming launches on PumpFun and other launchpads on Solana, especially PumpFun or the new Bonks Fun. It sets auto alerts for coins with viral potential. But to be honest, I prefer to use DEX Screener bots that work actually on Telegram. As I said, CoinMarketCap is for beginners, but if you want to dive in, you have to use DEX Screener, because at the end, CoinMarketCap is just for big coins and just the surface. As I said, if you're gonna go deep into the iceberg that meme coin world is, you have to definitely try DEX Screener. And this is not a promotion of DEX Screener, I'm just using it. And this saves time and spots gems before the crowd. And third, obviously have funds ready in USDT on a decentralized exchange like Jupiter or Radium for instant buys. Obviously we're gonna do it on Solana because it's the trending chain for meme coins. We've got many other chains like Binance Smart Chain, like Ethereum, like Arbitrum, Base, and many others, but if we are talking about meme coins, the king or queen is Solana. Then we have good meme coins on Ethereum. In fact, the biggest ones are on Ethereum, and then we have Base. Those three could be like the only three chains I would be trading meme coins actually. We've got many others, but they are not good enough for me. I usually keep between $1,000 to $5,000 liquid, obviously depending on my risk level. And I also use some Telegram bots like Trojan that allows me to buy some meme coins instantly, and also helps me doing the research. It shows me the people that it's actually holding, volume, makers, and everything. These things are useful and makes your work automatic. And as I said in many other videos, setting things automatic, it's important for you, because this is a zero-sum game. I told you 5 minutes ago. And if you have plenty of people, like hundreds of people that is using bots, and you're trying to do it manually, you can get a little bit of money and you can also do good. But these people is gonna get the real gains, not you, because they are leveraging on tech. And with this, you're armed. Set them up today. It takes under 30 minutes. I remember many times that I got pinged at 2 AM to buy a random meme coin that 2x'd in the morning. But this preparation made it possible. Without it, I would have just slept. Now let's move with selecting the winners. Now you know how to spot meme coins, but you need a filter, because not every new coin is worth it. In fact, 99% of those coins are bullshit. That's where my 5 strict filters come in. Every meme coin I buy must pass this before I enter. And as I said, this cuts 99% of the junk. The first one is the market cap should be at least 500k at the listing. This ensures low liquidity for big pumps, and if it's higher, the easy 2x is probably gone. but also be careful, because as less liquidity, more probability to be a scam. So that's why we have many other filters. Second, growing the volume in the first hour. Check the charts. Volume should be rising steadily, not flat, because low volume means no interest, and rising means high building. As we have said in many times in this video, meme coins are equally to interest, or no one is talking about that meme coin and no one is buying it, there's no chance this is gonna be worth it. Third, use DEX screener to verify the contract, and everything should be audited. Contract should be verified, no central minting, not possibility to add whitelist, and many other things. Here you could use DEX screener and also tools like RugCheck and Solana FM to confirm. Avoid if owners can add tokens or remove liquidity from the pool, because that's a big and huge scam risk. In fact, if you see those things, this is probably the biggest red flags you can see on a meme coin. Fourth, active community in Telegram or Discord. And should be over 500 members, but you should join and see if they are active real people or bots, or maybe paid communities, because if you go and you see 500 active meme members but they are Nigerian or Indian paid guys, maybe this is not the kind of meme coin you should be buying. And fifth, roadmap or viral gimmick, like a fun meme, influencer shoutout, or even tie-in. Every meme coin needs a narrative, as I said many times. If not, it makes no sense and it's not gonna pump. Apply this like a checklist. If a coin fails one of them, skip it. This filter has saved me from racks many times, so please be careful, especially with the third step, where you should be spending the most of your time analyzing that everything is good. If no one can touch that contract, add tokens and those things, because at the end we don't wanna get scammed. Okay, so let's imagine that you found a meme coin on DEX screener, you made those 5 steps, you think it's a worth buy, now it's time to execution. And once it pays those filters, buy in phases for safety. Step 1, let's say that you have $300. The first thing you should be doing is buy your fair $100. Don't buy everything at the same point, because it can go down. So please buy 1/3 of your initial allocation for this token, and let's see what it does. For example, let's say that it goes up at 20%. You can buy another 1/3, another $100. Second third, when it pumps at 20%. Watch for dips and buys and be careful. If a coin is dumping so much, be careful. And last third, when it pumped over 50%, and then lock in for the 2x. Adjust if volatility is growing crazy, and if it's pumping harder, enter sooner. And this average your entry and reduce the risk, because we are not gonna buy something that is dropping so much. Now let's go with risk management, because you should always protect your capital. First, we will set a stop loss at 30% below entry to auto sell if it drops that much. And we will be taking profits on the 50% gains and the 100% gains. We are not gonna buy anything in a row, and we are not gonna sell anything in a row. You should be doing sales, because if you buy everything on the same time, it can drop a little bit and you're losing an entry opportunity, and the same on the sales. If you sell everything and it keeps growing, you lose money. You should use also tools for this automatization. For example, bots on Telegram like Trojan are so useful for those things. And also, never risk more than 1% of your portfolio per each trade. Don't be crazy. This will keep you in the game for the long term. For example, we are actually on the third step. Imagine that you like this token and you wanna know how to analyze it on DEX screener. This is the way I would be doing. If you see here, okay, the volume is going up. That's good. Okay. Here we see that the volume it's been dropping since 11 of July. So we see here that it's a little bit weird. I really don't like that, but let me show you. Here we can see that there are small buys of $10, $40. Like there's no big buys on this chart. We can spot here like everybody has a sell. Look, and it's a little bit weird. Just take a look. For example, this guy buys here $130, it sells here $39. We can see here that all the makers are the same people. So this is a little red flag here. Also, we take a look on the top traders, and we can see that, for example, this guy had inside data, because we can see that a little bit strange, because he just sold without buying anything. That's definitely a red flag, because that guy had inside info. Then we have other people. For example, this guy bought one. Okay, he now bought 2,000. We can see here that there's a lot of people that won money, but they didn't bought anything. So maybe these people was people with inside information, and that's crazy bad for us. That's definitely a red flag. Then we see that we have 2,300 holders, but we see that like the first 10 wallets have like more than 90% of supply. We can see that well, this is a little bit weird, to be honest, because they have more than 100% of the supply. That means that this token, this contract, you can mint more tokens. That's obviously bad. We can see here, this is the contract address, and then we see that we have like 3 wallets with 50%, 15% of the supply, 10%, 10%. That's definitely allocation from the team. Then we see that this is a 1.76 billion dollar coin with just $568K in liquidity, and that's weird, because it means that okay, we have a 1,000 million dollar coin, if close to 2,000 million coin, but someone with a 500K sell pressure could take this chart below zero. So that's a little bit weird. But here is the worst. Let's go from the best to the worst. Okay, then if we go to bubble maps, this is also useful to see who's actually holding those tokens. We can just use that, and we can see here, okay, that's crazy. We can see that almost 95% of the supply, it's controlled by some clusters. Okay, this is a cluster of many different wallets. And then here we have the liquidity, we have the address of the contract, and it's related with other 5 wallets that are probably also part of the top traders. We can see that the top holders are also related with the address deployer, so that's also a red flag. This is an example of a token I'd never in my fucking life buy, okay? But then we have something worse. And it's here. Here on Dex Screener, we have a lot of information on the right side of the page. But if we go down, we can see that here we have many issues in security. First of all, we have a buy and sell tax. It means that if you buy $10,000, you're not buying $10,000. You're buying more or less 9,800. So the deployer of this contract, it's taking from you 2% of each movement you're doing with this coin, and that's obviously bad, and not any single good token has this thing. But then if we go to Go Plus Security, here we have bullshit, okay? Because we have 2% tax, but we have tax modifiable, you know? It means that they can just set for tomorrow a 100% tax of your buys and your sells. So if you buy 10,000, you're buying 0, and if you're selling 10,000, you're selling 0. So they can obviously make a scam with that. The owner, it's hidden. They can post the transfers, so if they want, they can make your tokens be untransferable, and that's another red flag. And finally, the ownership is not renounced, so they can modify the contract on their own. So this, it means nothing if we don't have the ownership renounced. Here we can read that whether the contract creator has renounced ownership of this token and has no special privileges to control it. Here they haven't done it. Here they didn't, so they have privilege and they can control the contract, and that's so bad. Here finally we have quick intel. We have here that they have suspicious functions, and if we take all of this with this fake pump chart And these people that is winning money from doing nothing, on my opinion, this is a clear scam. And I would never, never, and never buy this token. Never. And this is my strategy to spot meme coins that can do a 2x in the next weeks. It's easy to understand, you just have to master some tools that I mentioned in this video. And if you're new to meme coins and you need a step-by-step guide on how to trade meme coins from zero, check out the video in the description. No cost, just practical tips to get you trading confidently today. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like my content, please drop a comment below and put your like. This will help me so much. Also, you have my free community in the description. Just join in and you can ask me whatever you need. Thank you so much. See you in the next video.